In order to be able to plan your selling, you need to be able to identify who exactly your prospect buyer is. What is this prospect buyer's behavior? What are the likes, the dislikes? What do they love? What do they hate? How do they behave? Where do they go on vacations? Everything is relevant and important when it comes to the prospect buyer. The purpose of this question is to help you gain insight, valuable insight that will help you elaborate the perfect pitch for your prospect buyers. The first thing you need to know is this: what do my prospect buyers buy? Which are the products they acquire on a regular basis? And if they buy products, where do they buy those products? Finding out what do prospects buy helps you gain a lot of information as if whether or not they will eventually buy your product. Ask yourself that question. Find out what are your prospects buying. If you haven't been able to identify who your prospect buyer is, just keep watching until the end of the video and I will give you a solid clue on how to choose your prospect buyer. Make a list of the products and services that prospect buyers usually acquire and where do they acquire these products. I'm sure your prospect buyers have actually purchased a lot of WSOs in the past. They are subscribed, for example, to a regular membership site or to a graphics website or maybe to some service like AppSumo or SEO Moz or any other website that actually helps them do something. Remember, if you're launching a WSO or a regular product, you should know what are the services that your prospect buyers need and use on a regular basis. For example, if you find out that a high percentage of the people that you sell your product to actually require for example, a search engine optimization membership or a analytics membership service, for example, you should be able to eventually see which are the needs of your prospect buyer. If you find out that your prospects are enrolled, for example, in Netflix, that is telling something about them, they like entertainment, and your product or service should have a sort of entertaining angle to it. So you can see you can gain a lot of insight into researching a day in the life of your prospects. Find out what and where they buy, what are the products that they usually buy, what are the services that they pay on a monthly basis, and what are the services actually doing for your prospects. After you find out what they buy, you need to start asking yourself, how do my prospects buy? Which are their preferred methods of purchase? Are they more comfortable buying a product that has a one-time fee, or are they prefer to enroll, for example, in a monthly membership site where they get charged once per month? Finding this out tells a lot about your prospect buyer, and you can answer this question by taking a look at the products that they buy and seeing which are the preferred payment methods that those products or services have. This way you can actually see which is the payment method that your target audience is more comfortable with, and you can adjust your payment structure specifically to your target audience and not to another one. This is important, and this is why you need to find out as much as you can regarding to what they buy and how they buy it. Well, actually, what they buy and how they buy are important factors, but not as important as this question. Why do they buy? What is the reason that they buy? If you're able to answer this question, then you have discovered a gold mine. Perhaps the number one reason why most businesses fail to provide their prospects what they want is because the fact that they haven't been able to identify why is that their prospects actually make a purchase. If you're able to identify the reasons why people buy, you will be able to identify which problems do they have. And if you're able to identify which problems do they have, you will be able to provide a solution for said problems. Does this make sense? If your prospects are buying a lot of memberships, for example, to SEO or social media or conversion websites, they probably need optimization to their websites, and that's the main problem they have. They don't know how to optimize the traffic on their websites. So if you're able to provide a product that actually helps them optimize this traffic, you will be giving them what they need, and this is identified solely by asking this question: why are people buying? The opposite approach to this question is equally as helpful. If you're able to find out why are people not buying, that information is equally as useful. If you're able to find out the reason for this question and you find out that people are buying because there's just too little credibility in the market that you wanna launch a product in, then you can work ways for your copy to overcome your customers' objections, right? You can throw in testimonials, you can create a demo video showing or showcasing how your product works. When it comes to selling, there's not any problem that a product cannot solve. There's always a product that can give people what they need and what they are looking for. It's absolutely a must that you always keep searching for new ways that your product or service can actually improve your prospect's life, make it more simple, make a process faster, for example, automate something. Your product in a way must be useful. It must relate to a need that your prospect buyer has, and it must provide a solution to a problem that already exists. In order to find out what is the problem that your prospect buyers have, you first need to know who your prospect buyer is, and then you need to know the reasons why your prospect buyer is either buying or not buying. You are able to identify this and you will be able to come up with an outstanding sales copy.